What up? It's your boy here, for Nick 2156. A lot of my friends and a lot of my game system friends are going back to school this couple of weeks. Here's a little tidbit that if y'all looked at the title of this stream, it's how to dip in school without getting caught. And before I do that, since we're since they're going back to school, okay. Sorry, got distracted by something. Number one thing when you're dipping in school, and this is a big thing that I say, if you like dipping long cut, I would stay far away from it. I would either go get yourself a can of Longhorn pouches. Pouches are best. Uh, for the most part, and I'll be covering in this little section one, what you can spit in a school, any school, I found. Two, what type of dip is best for dipping in school. Uh, Three, what do you do with your dip after you're done dipping while you're still in school? Like a lot of people know, you can't carry a mud jug into a school and not be surprised about it. But what you can carry in there is a Gatorade bottle, a Coca-Cola can, usually Coca-Cola can. And I got tips from a few other YouTubers out there. One was use a Coca-Cola can and act like you're sipping. It really depends on your school at that point. If you're allowed to have drinks in your classrooms. What I would suggest is getting a water bottle. Preferably not clear. Something with a dark tone or one of those non-see-through water bottles. Perfect. Uh, and one that has a screw-off lid where you have to take it off and drink from it that way. And don't go in there with something not filled with anything and just spit. What type of dip would I choose if I was still in school and dipping? Well, you have your choices. Grizzly, Skull, Longhorn, Kayak, Copenhagen. Those dips. And these are two of the main ones I know of to stay away from. Fine cuts and long cuts. Long cuts get all over your teeth. So the one I would choose is pouches. And no wintergreen and no straight. I would go mint. Just because teachers will smell and they'll go like, oh, he's dipping with straight and wintergreen. If they smell something mint, he may just put in a breath mint. And do not put in a big, jaw full like I have, because you can tell. I would suggest putting in a smaller pinch so you can either hide it. If you've been dipping a long time, you have created that little pouch. You can get a little bit more, but not too much. And then all you gotta do is push on it so it looks normal. And don't do the loud spits. Me and my friend, when we were in high school, we used to dip. Plus, the school where I went was a little bit more milder than they are now. But most likely, most of the people that dipped keep it quiet. So, like I said again, my first one, what type of dip? That's mint and pouches. Mint and pouches, those two. Or that one, but two different styles. Mint flavored and pouches. You can go with Copenhagen mint, or Grizzly mint, or Skull mint, or Longhorn mint, or Kayak mint. But make sure that they're in pouches. One pouch is one portion. And you can easily hide that down in your jaw or upper jaw. Try not to have it to where it's considered noticeable. For the containers to spit in, one, I used to drink NOS energy drink or Monster energy drink. Those two cans are perfect for it because all they think is, oh, he's just drinking an energy drink to stay awake. So that's why I would drink that. If you aren't an energy drinker, I believe it is a Coca-Cola bottle. Just don't spit your pouches into the Coca-Cola bottle. And I hardly ever carried a backpack. So, to store your dip can, don't put it in your back pocket. I'm getting interrupted right now. I'll call back in a few minutes on that. Don't know that number, so I'll let it just go. I'm not worried about that. I'll get it in a few minutes. Yeah. Do not have it in your back pocket. Do not have it in your side pockets. If, say, like your teachers see, oh, it's a dip can ring, most of them won't know what that is, but maybe they will. I always suggest, if you're wearing long jeans that are baggy, put it in your sock near your ankle. And don't wear super baggy pants. Wear baggy enough where you're comfortable walking in. Put it in your sock. They'll be there. For any of those periods that you need to put one in while you're in the middle of class, I would highly recommend you excuse yourself, raise your hand, ask the teacher, hey, can I go to the restroom? I really need to go. Go in there, pop a small one in, or pop a pouch in, or take the can out underneath your desk or something, open it up, pull out a pouch, put it in your mouth in that corner, and chew on it. Make it look like gum. But don't chew on it, just chew right after you put it in there. So teachers will think that you're chewing gum instead of dipping. The third is what you do with after you're done. A lot of pouch cans, they have little lids that come off of them, like say this Longhorn. Put your pouch in, put that back on, stick it in your sock, and you're good. Now, if you're ballsy and you're dipping long cut, I do not recommend, but if you are, make sure you have a Coca-Cola can and get into like a little packed little lump here. Take it and push it into that Coca-Cola can with your tongue. And the far but last thing, and this is a key thing that I think a lot of people, kind of miss. Ask your teacher, say, hey, my brother dips. What is your opinion on it? Maybe you can give me some advice to have him stop dipping. If, you know, if they say, oh, I don't mind dippers, I think it's kind of gross, that, say, all right, I respect you. But is there any way that I can ask you, like, what if one of your students dipped? Would you be okay with that? As long as you didn't see it? If they say yes, then you're home free. If they say no, then don't dip in their class. But it's different for all teachers, really. If you know that they smoke when they're outside of school, then you definitely can tell that they won't have a problem with you dipping in class. And here's a little story I'm going to add on to the end of this little scenario. One of my friends, he was a big smoker. Everybody knew it. Even the teachers did. Hated the fact that he smoked. But what he would do is, this is senior year. Don't do it before your senior year. Say, hey, I need to get a cigarette in. Can I just go outside real quick and get a cigarette in? I've been smoking for a long time now. That's if you're a smoker. If you're a dipper, you can say, hey, I know it's lunch period. Can I get, put in a dip? It won't be noticeable, and I'll be polite. If you say no, I won't dip. But if you say it's okay, I'll be happy. So those are the 4 things that you need to know to dip in school. Also, and I'm just going to add this one in there. For anybody who has a cool principal or a cool teacher like I did, where we were allowed, or I was, allowed to dip. Same with one other guy that was one of my friends. Them two, me and him, we used to dip a lot in school. All of our teachers knew it. Principal didn't know it. So I would say it was 2 years before I graduated. So I told Zach, and I got the teachers together who knew that we dipped. And I wanted to say, hey, can we go talk to Miss, our principal at the time, and tell her about it so that she's not surprised when she finds out. The teacher said, sure. So we went, talked to the principal. She said to all the teachers, are they respectful when you tell them do not dip? We always respect our teachers. So if they asked us not to dip, we didn't dip. But if they said they didn't say a word and we were dipping already before we walked into their class and they never said a word through that whole class, it was all right. But the key is you got to know your teachers. You got to know your principal. You got to know your guidance counselor pretty well. You just got to know your school very well. Know their feelings, know how they will react, stuff like that. So this has gone on 14 minutes. I'm going to end it here. This is Ford Neck, and I hope I kept y'all out of trouble, because I don't want to see anybody getting detention over something I say. But just use your brain when it comes down to dipping in a school or smoking in the school. Don't go to the bathroom. Stay in there for as long as your dip lasts. Skip a couple classes and then think you're going to be safe. No. You're there for learning. Dip, smoking, those things can wait. Trust me. As much as I wish that I could have, walked outside and smoked a cigarette for, 3-4 hours. Yeah, I was there for learning. But yeah, this is for Nick 2156. Keep on smiling. Don't get in trouble at school. And have a great day at school or night at home. I care for y'all. Have a good day. For Nick out.